What is this thing and why is it one of the most important beings in Elden Ring lore? How you guys and girls doing today? It's Metyr here, and in this video we delve into the depths of the Shadow of the Erd tree to uncover the story of Metyr, Mother of Fingers. Metyr, Mother of Fingers, is not just any boss in Elden Ring. According to her remembrance, she was the mother of all the Two Fingers and Fingercreepers. She was also the first daughter of the Greater Will and the first shooting star to fall upon the lands between. This means that Metyr could have been potentially sent here to the lands before the Elden Beast was. Isn't that crazy? Metyr's arrival was marked by a belief that she was executing the Greater Will's intentions, but her story is one of cosmic descent and misguided purpose. The staff of the Great Beyond says that the mother received signs from the Greater Will from the beyond of the microcosm. Despite being broken and abandoned, she kept waiting for another message to come. So what this tells us is that somewhere along the line, either due to a mistake she made or just the Greater Will abandoning everything that it creates, it left her all by herself with no contact or further instruction. Now, we don't have an exact time frame as to when or a confirmed reason why the Greater Will abandoned Metyr, but we do have some interesting theories. One fascinating theory suggests that Metyr accidentally created the Three Fingers, an act that led to her disownment by the Greater Will. It makes sense considering the chaotic nature of the Three Fingers and their association with Frenzied Flame. The Greater Will would want nothing to do with it or its potential creator. After all, spirits are eternal, and yet Frenzied Flame melts them away regardless. During the quest to get to Metyr, Ymir says they were each of them defective, unhinged from the start, Marika herself and the fingers that guided her. Later on, we ask him again about the nature of the world, and he will tell us that the truth lies deeper still. It is their mother, Metyr, who is damaged and unhinged. The fingers are but unripe children, victims in their own right. What I've gathered and came up with from this information is that all the info that was being passed down from Metyr to the Two Fingers and eventually to us was all a lie. The Two Fingers in the base game were never communicating with the Greater Will and were instead getting false messages from Metyr, who made up whatever she wanted and told the Two Fingers. I believe that Metyr's agenda and the Two Fingers' agenda was to create a new mother, a caring mother for them. They desperately wanted a connection, and this would explain why Empyreans are always female, but sadly, they will never get that mother they want, no matter how many attempts were made or Empyreans used. In the end, Ymir tries his best to be that mother to them and give them the love that the Greater Will should have, but of course he falls short of doing that. We've got another good theory though, one that suggests that maybe the Greater Will abandoned Metyr after the Lands of Shadow was split from the Lands Between by Marika. Metyr's head, the gazing finger, has an interesting skill and skill description on it. It reads, skill performed as a violent bow using a finger's foremost protrusion. Resentment builds as it is forced to bow, making it explode with anger. Now, why would Metyr get angry or upset by having to bow? I don't think she would get upset about having to bow at the Greater Will. After all, she wants the Greater Will to come back and communicate with her after it abandoned her. What if the resentment is towards Marika, the Golden Order, and mankind itself? Perhaps Marika splitting the Lands Between and enshrouding where Metyr is in shadow was what broke the connection. If the Greater Will lost connection due to Marika's meddling, I would assume that the Greater Will would also stop transmitting to Metyr or not be able to at all. This in turn would make Metyr angry, building the resentment we see in her weapon skill. Either way though, in the end, it seems like not even the fingers that she created were on her side. The last piece of lore we get at the end of her story is the Cherished Fingers incantation that reads, the dear fingers look after their mother, or perhaps that is merely what the mother wishes to believe. Damn. Maybe the fingers are not looking after her, but making sure she stays where she's at and doesn't contact anyone else. That is it for this video though, guys. Let me know what y'all thought, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Metyr out of here. Love you guys.